Are you the best point guard ever?
Yes.
Welcome back to the Magna Carta Sports Podcast presented by the Magna Carta Sports Network on YouTube. Thank y'all again for tuning in. Here with my brothers today. We got Dan and we got Alex, and we are here to embrace debate today.
Let's do it.
Debate day.
Let's do it.
All right,
We've been
so
waiting on
Yeah,
this
man.
one.
go ahead,
Go
bro.
ahead.
Oh, you
We
want to
got
go?
a good old we got a good old barbershop debate here.
Let's get it.
Served up by none other than the light-skinned GOAT himself, the babyface assassin, Steph Curry. He went on Gilbert Arenas' podcast and, spoke some words of pure confidence. Some would say blasphemy. Some would say, not so fast. But Steph Curry was on Gilbert Arenas' podcast. And you said you want to show the video right there?
Are you the best point guard ever?
Yes. I have to, yes. It's me and Magic. That's the conversation.
So, Steph Curry said some pretty strong words. A lot of people that's some polar stuff right there because a lot is gonna start debates, gonna stop people talking. But I'm gonna go that Steph Curry might be the greatest point guard ever. Honestly, what we got? 2-time MVP, a unanimous MVP, the only unanimous MVP ever in the history of the league. What's that? Since what? The 40s? Come on now.
40s, 30s.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is insane, honestly. Steph Curry has 4 rings, 1 final MVP. Some people feel like he should have got multiple. I don't know. That's debatable. A lot of things like that. That's why we here. 9 All-Stars voted. Guy is multiple first teams. The 3-point leader, and he's still going. So, is Steph Curry the greatest point guard ever? I think so. And I'm a very big Allen Iverson guy. That's like my GOAT. That's the guy who made me start watching basketball. But you watch Steph Curry, and he changed the game. Honestly, kids are playing like him. The league is playing like him. Everyone's taking threes. Like you got big men coming out to the 3-point line, shooting shots even when they probably shouldn't be. Steph Curry might have a great argument with the greatest point guard ever, man. What do you guys think? Come on, I want to hear something.
Blasphemy. As a Lakers fan, blasphemy. No, I'm kidding. No, he really, yeah. As NBA fans, we love a good, who's the better player, who's the better position debate. So this was a great one by Steph Curry, and he really just made me think, over the last night that, since you posted it in the group chat, I'm like, damn, there's a couple of my favorite point guards that I want to put up there, but I really can't because of, the career accomplishments. When you talk about, the top at your position of all time, like you got to have the total package. And it really does only come down to Steph Curry and Magic when I think about it. But I'm gonna have to go with Magic Johnson, Irvin. If you're familiar with his game, you can call him Irvin. 6'9". When we're talking again, the argument comes down for me when Steph Curry says all-time point guard, right? If he would have said just, do I think I'm a better player or am I a top 2 player of all time? Maybe I think he has an argument there. Again, his career is still going. He could add another chip. He's going to stretch his lead out in the all-time 3-pointers all time. But when he said point guard, as far as what I look for in a point guard, I'm going with Magic Johnson on that debate. Again, at 6'9", I want a floor general more so. Not that Steph Curry can't facilitate, and he averages 5-6 assists over his career, along with his tremendous scoring. But I really want somebody who can just really run a team, facilitate, make everybody around them better. You know, make the janitor on the sideline better. You know, make fans cheer harder. You know, the Showtime in the 80s, he had the movie stars coming out, you know, cheering like they were little kids. So Magic for me is just different. I think defensively, when we talk about total game now, point guard too, I'm not saying Magic was, you know, a top tier defender at all, but for me, I would rather have a 6'9" player with length and size. I feel like we've seen Steph Curry a couple times, not too many times, but I feel like he's been kind of neutralized when they put a couple bigger defenders on him. So I think Magic would have the slight edge defensively. And as far as what I look for in a point guard offensively, I want that more of a distributor and who's going to pass the ball around. So I'm going to take Magic in this debate right now.
I mean, I guess it's my turn. You know what I'm saying? You know, honestly, since Steph Curry became like one of the greatest players, I knew this was going to be a topic that people was going to really kind of, you know, bring up. And I didn't think it was going to come from his mouth, though. You know what I mean? To me, I still think Magic has the slight edge over him, you know, in terms of pure point guard, you know, like, and it's a very thin line, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think we in a different generation. I think this is the thing, like, you know, you got combo guards now, you know, back then you had pure point guards, you had the John Stocktons, you know, Magic Johnsons, and it's just like, they look to facilitate more than players today. You know what I'm saying? Like today, you might have a guard like Damian Lillard who's pulling up 71 points. You know what I'm saying? But he's still a point guard, you know, by default in his height. You know what I'm saying? So the argument is just like, what do we define as a pure point guard right now? I heard my guy Debonair said Allen Iverson. To me, Allen Iverson is not to me, he's not a point guard. Like his size gives him, you know, the point guard role, but he's not a point guard to me. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't really look to assist as much. He gets assists, like just like Steph Curry gets assists, but he doesn't look to get assists. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, are we really gonna where does that leave space for the Chris Pauls, right? Where does that leave space for the, you know what I'm saying? And any of you guys can argue that with me. Like, it's just like, I don't know what we can put
coming off the bench for the Warriors for Steph Curry.
You coming off the bench for the greatest point guard ever. You know what I'm saying?
You talk about the old Chris Paul or whoever, like, who's a good point guard. You know what I'm saying? Jason Kidd. You know what I'm saying? Like those are like but it just depends on what you want to look at as a good point guard. Me personally, I would say Magic just has the edge over like the definition, you know, of a point guard. But Steph Curry right now has more accolades. Like he literally like Juice said, he changed the game. You know what I'm saying? Like people are comparing this guy to Jordan sometimes. You know what I'm saying? At the point guard position. And the thing is, point guards before, they really never could shoot like that. Like they weren't like really shooters. You know what I'm saying? Now he's the greatest shooter ever playing point guard. So that in itself is an accolade. So let me just ask y'all real quick. I don't even want to go top 5, but if y'all could give me top 3 point guards.
Now before we go to that,
I just want to see. You know what I'm saying?
Let's leave that for later. I want to step in and interject, man, because y'all saying some archaic formula stuff right now.
I gave him his props.
We are in 2023 talking about pure point guards, and we're limiting point guards to a niche with the whole facilitating thing. I think the point guard position has evolved. You see it with Allen Iverson as just guys who can just score. With Steph Curry, we're not thinking about pure point guard because I feel like everything is positionless now. Because you look at our game, we got Nikola Jokic. I'm sorry, Jokic is my boy. Jokic is literally the point guard for that team, and he's a 7-foot big man. Come on now, you got Bam who runs point. You got LeBron who's been running point. Like, come on now, all this point guard stuff is like is pretty.
Okay, so we got a bigger argument if you want to bring that in there.
Yeah, bring it in.
I think that
don't step in there.
This is my argument, but go ahead, Dan.
Go ahead, like we can go there.
Yeah. So you're absolutely right. It's a different game, I think, and this is the only way we can do it, just because we're just sitting here. But you can't really go back and forth in time. But I think if you drop Magic in today's time, I think he's Jokic +2, because the thing people forget about Magic, he could score But he just he saw what the team needed. He's like, all right, I'm gonna step my game back. I'm gonna push pace, get everybody else eating, get everybody else feet in the wing, feed Kareem down low, and still average 20, 22 points a game. Like, people forget that Magic averaged that throughout the prime of his career, along with 11, 12, 13 assists a game. Like,
Right.
7, 8, 6, 7, 8 rebounds. Like, the guy could do it all. When Kareem got hurt in his rookie year, played NBA Finals Game 6, he
Right.
started at center and dropped 42, 16, and like 8 assists. So I think if Magic was able to, because we talk about, again, Curry's changing the game, Magic changed the game. Like, LeBron is Magic 2.0, basically. Like, nobody was playing the point guard with that height. Again, it sounds arcade, but it's the truth, man. Like, this guy, I think we honestly downplay Magic a little bit. I think if he was a little bit more selfish or just wanted more individual greatness, I think his numbers could have even been 26, 27 a game with 10 assists. So I think dropping Magic in this era, I think he's Jokic, but with better outside game.
But I think that the Warriors team is different, though. They have Draymond to facilitate. Curry's not the prime facilitator for that team. So it's hard to go the whole pure point guard argument because he's really not the facilitator for the team. He's just a guy that's coming off the screens and taking the threes, but he's also creating for himself and not specifically for his other.
That's the reason.
How he creates is basically he's a distraction. And like,
Right.
people are trying to double team and get him off the 3-point line. Then he throws the ball open to his teammates. That's how. But their offense is to get Steph Curry to shoot, not facilitate.
Right.
Curry's job is to shoot. Draymond Green's job is to facilitate.
The things I would give Steph Curry like the edge over. Obviously, he is a shooter, but he could create his own shot, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's not just a setup shooter. Like, if he was a setup shooter, I'd be like, it's not even close. Like, but he can actually set up his own shot off the dribble. So, like, as a point guard, that still means something. You know what I mean? Like, this is a tough conversation because you just brought LeBron into this, and like, he's not a point guard. Like, he doesn't play the point, but man, it's when it comes to facilitating. But I know y'all want to get into that top 3 later, but it's just like, I really want to know y'all definitions, like, because that's really what it stems from. Like, like, it stems from, like, okay, are we now just going with who just plays, that position, or who is just facilitating different things like that? It's like, how are we looking at it now? Like, what's the criteria? You know what I'm saying?
That's the way I look at it, right? Like, we can pick from any players all time for
Right.
a starting 5. So I want Magic at my 1 because I know I'm going to get, Jordan or Kobe at the 2. So, I mean, we're splitting hairs. You can go either way because Curry with anybody. I mean, the shooting ability.
Right.
If you have a one-on-one player like Jordan, Steph Curry can slide over and just be a shooter in the corner or whatever. But I think the team will run best if I have Magic at the 1 and then a scorer, like, because I think those guys score better than Curry. So
you brought up a good point. You brought up a good point,
if I'm trying to fill out a point guard, shooting guard,
You about to have a non-space 5 over there. Dude gonna have Jordan.
Nah, look at it this way.
And Magic, like, dog. That's in today's game. That's a crowded back court, man. Don't cats can't shoot.
All right, yeah, but we're looking at it like this, right? Because it's like having like because Curry technically he's a ball dominant. Like, he needs the ball he needs it. You know what I'm saying? Or he needs to score basically to be kind of effective. Like, so you look at it this way: if you have your all-time, let's say Kobe or Jordan at the 2, you have LeBron at the 3 or something like that, then you're gonna put another. Do you really want to put another scorer as your point guard, or do you want to put? Or would you rather have?
I would put a shooter as my point guard, yeah, because these cats can't shoot like that.
Or would you want somebody that can give that can, or would you want somebody that can facilitate to LeBron or the Kobe's and get them open?
I think he can facilitate himself. All them cats can get their own bucket. They really don't need facilitating. That's the crazy part.
Right. I get that. I feel like he could go either way.
Why would you need a facilitator on a team with Jordan when Jordan chucks like 40 shots a game?
Now, what I'm saying is, regardless of how you look at it, it's like you still playing against, like, we still looking at it against another NBA team, right? So like another, let's say, a great starting five. So like it's not gonna be where he's just dominating all the time. So like it's like, how are you sharing the ball? Like how you have like Kyrie and Luka, right? It's like those are two point guards technically, right? So like Luka will probably be like more so the facilitator of the team. As you can see, Kyrie's now coming, and Luka's bigger than Kyrie. But as you can see, Kyrie is more so coming as like the two guard, kind of like the more so the shooter and everything like that. And that's like probably a good example right there, if you really want to be honest. Because to me, Kyrie is better than Luka. I mean, you know, Luka does have a better passing ability, but as you can see, there's differences there, and as a point guard, and they both play the same position.
First of all, I don't want to get into that because I think them dudes gonna suck this year.
That's just a comparison, you know what I'm saying? Like that's actually a good comparison right there, because
I like
Kyrie,
I like that. That was
Kyrie and Steph is like kind of
you pulled that one out the air.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you reaching back like Odell for that one. You bugging.
Nah, bro. Look at that, and you can definitely. Luka actually is probably like one of the more modern point guards that actually, you know, can play like the Magic, like, you know, facilitate like Magic or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Comparable. Magic will be like him if he played today too. That's a good one. Why don't we do it like this? We should have like a 2K sliders graphic, right? So Steph Curry or Magic, who are you taking on defense? Be honest.
Magic.
Yeah,
taking
Magic's
Alex.
Big, yeah, I'm taking Magic.
Taking Magic too. Okay, we'll give Steph Curry one shooting. Obviously, Steph. All right, we got, what else is in basketball? Just overall scoring. Probably give it to Steph all around.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to go with the size thing. Like, you talking 6'9" guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess you could still give it to Steph because he's just a better shooter, you know, all around. You know, but that size thing makes a big difference. And Magic is just physically, you know, stronger than him.
In clutch moments, who would you take, Steph or Magic?
Steph. Y'all
taking Steph?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all got to research the bull Irvin, bro.
Nah, bro.
I mentioned the rookie year, game 6, to close it out in Philly, 40-16. Woo. Bro.
Listen, bro.
Y'all watch the Winning Time show at all on HBO? This is kind of off topic.
I started a little bit of it.
Bro, it's so good. Oh man. I wish we was around to really see and know, because that Celtics Lakers rivalry, like, they're just starting to get to that point in the show. Like they did the first season of Magic last year. And now they're like, because the Lakers and Celtics play like 3 or 4 times in the 80s in the finals. And yeah, that's just a whole nother level. Like that pressure, the Celtics were, you know, the all-time dominant team up to that point. And of course, the Lakers rivalry, like in the 60s and stuff, we're going way back now. The Celtics always dominate the Lakers. And then Magic took that over. The Lakers won 2 of the 3 matchups in the 80s, I believe, between the Celtics too. Like Magic with the baby hook in Boston to close it out.
I'm saying that. See, like, nah, I get it.
I think that Steph Curry's performance in Boston was probably one of his greatest performances that I've ever seen, because for some reason I thought these dudes was about to go down 3-1, and Steph Curry really pulled it out, man. That was an all-time great performance, and he was just talking his man. Like he was just going off. He was down and still talking to these cats like, I'm here, son. Yeah, sleep. That's when the whole sleep thing came on.
Yeah, he crazy. Said he put him to sleep in a game that wasn't even the closeout game. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it was like you saw on the Celtics fans, like not the fans but the players, like you saw it was over. Basically, you saw how deflated they was when he started coming back in that game 4, I believe. I was like, yo, they won this thing. It's over. And that's the kind of dominance I want to see.
Exactly. Right. And I was just about to get to that. I was about to say, this is where it's like different from Magic and Steph. Like Steph has like, he just started, but like in terms of that killer instinct, people didn't really think thought he had that killer instinct. It's just displayed different than the Jordans and things like that. But he has that over Magic Johnson. So that's the reason why I'm taking him over Clutch. Like, you know what I'm saying? He could take over a game, you know what I'm saying, if he really wanted to. And it's just the fact of his talent, you know what I'm saying? He could just shoot, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I don't know, like stat wise, like he's probably over Magic all around. I'm gonna go, he probably over Magic. Does that mean he's a better point guard though?
Yeah,
That's the question.
That's what I'm saying too. All just overall player. If I just had to pick one positionless, I'm probably going to go with Steph and just And again, he's still playing, but yeah, shout out to Steph for introducing a new debate. This could be like really like the new Jordan LeBron debate, because like this is a really good when you look at all their career stats. You know, Magic has 5 chips, Steph has 4 right now. Like this is a really good debate by him, like, and one that really nobody was even thinking of. So,
because I mean, like, all right, when somebody asks me about, like, all right, so I do think about Steph, I do think about who's a new Damian Lillard when they talk about point guards, but just automatically in my mind, like I'm used to like the Rajon Rondos, the Chris Pauls, like, you know what I'm saying, like those type of point guards. So I guess, like you said, it's a new conversation. That's not even. Listen, bro. That's just a different style of game. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So like that's a different point guard level. You know. Yeah, that's a new thing.
You got
man.
different tiers, man. Like you clearly put Steph and Magic together, and then you got like cats like Chris Paul, Jason Kidd, Pistol Pete,
Thomas,
the logo maybe.
Right. Wait, so tiers. What do you mean by tiers? Like, are you talking about like style of play, or are you talking about like their skill level?
I'm talking about
the total package.
Yeah, like if you was saying
that's the main question.
Like if you was saying a Jordan LeBron or like a not Jordan LeBron, but like GOAT debate, you put cats would usually put LeBron and Jordan 1A, 1B or whatever. When we're talking about just guards, I would put Steph and Magic up there 1A, 1B.
And then the other ones, okay, got you.
So you want to give me the top 3?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
You want me to start? I mean,
it's your question.
You're right. So I mean, okay, so I guess this is the question of the pod right now. So like, who would I put at 1?
after 30 minutes,
after all of that, right? I mean, look, bro, I'm going Magic, bro.
Okay,
I'm going Magic.
Okay.
You know, like I'm just thinking of like that question of like if I had a starting 5 of like the greatest, you know what I'm saying? But all right, I'll go Magic and then I'll go Steph. And then just style of play. I'm not even going by just stats. I'll probably go J Kidd.
Yeah.
I'll probably go J Kidd.
Forget about J Kidd.
Forget about J Kidd, man. That boy's a beast.
Me?
I go Magic, Steph, and this one again. Like we just mentioned him a minute ago, but he's not up there just because he's been acting crazy the last couple of years. But Kyrie, man, this guy when he's all together and he's actually playing on the floor, I know he doesn't have the accolades, nothing like that. But for me, he just again has the total package of what I would want in a point guard. Like he can score at will. He doesn't facilitate all the time, but when he wants to do it, like he's a good facilitator and passer, and his handles are, the greatest of all time. So top 3 rank or favorite point guards, at least, I'll go with those 3.
That makes sense.
I kind of already alluded to my list, so it's going to be Steph, of course. I'll give Magic that nod. I'll give Magic that nod, and then I'll go, of course, Allen Iverson, baby.
Okay.
Like when it comes to like a guy that's playing a point guard position, you can say that he was a shooting guard or whatever, but I would say he's the point.
Right.
Allen Iverson just had that heart and will to win, determination. Everything. If Allen Iverson was 6'5", he'd probably be one of the greatest players ever. And it would be a top 5 player ever, and it probably wouldn't be much of a debate.
I agree.
That's what I personally think. Just just the pure skill and just the ability to create and just score and just like, bro, I ain't never seen a guy score like that, and without the 3-point shot, I ain't never seen a guy score like that. Wow. And it was just like, you thought we was down and out, but it's like this guy's was like, nah, we about to run this back, you know. But that's just how I feel about the guy, man. And I can't say enough praises about him.
Gotta give AI some props.
And I put him lower because, of course, he didn't get like any of the accolades and stuff like that. But
that's still high.
If he had a team, man, if he had a team, I think AI would have did some noise, man.
Bro, the way how AI just used to go right at everybody, bro. He was just different. Like from a 6-foot guard, like he would lead the league in points in the paint. Like it was ridiculous.
And nowadays, he's not even like the most, like, as you can see, you got the Russell Westbrooks, like he's not even like athletic like that. Like he's just different, bro. Like AI is just different.
It was just
like
6 foot,
man.
Crafty.
Yeah.
Get by you.
Yeah. And while y'all listing like y'all top 3, like Kyrie and AI, it brought me to think like I wouldn't pick them as a 2 guard. Like if somebody was be like, yo, who's the best 2 guard? I wouldn't pick AI or Kyrie. So I guess that answers my question about the point guard position.
Exactly. Because if you were saying it's pure shooting guard, you could be like, you're gonna go Jordan, Kobe. Like you're not gonna put out eyes on.
I'm not picking AI.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I don't know, man. I don't know if this settles. Something tells me we're gonna bring this back up. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Because I think there's other point guards to talk about. But this is a good debate. Like, you know, Steph probably gonna bring some noise in. You know, from some.
He about to really cook this year. If he's saying this right now, he must be feeling real good and like, yeah, he's got a lot of work to do. Can't wait.
He better because Cat's gonna come at him.
Nah, but does he right now have more work to do more than Magic? I feel like he does like overall, like technically he's done more, right?
If he gets another ring, I think if he get another ring, the debate is over.
Yeah, for me to definitively say that he's better, yeah, he would have to get one more ring.
One more.
Yeah. Or just go crazy, like come out averaging 40 a game or something. Then
yeah, this is the season.
Yeah, but yeah, we've seen everything and more from him. So yeah, I would just say you have to match the chips, because I put a little, not an asterisk, but I just give a little bit more credit to KD for a couple of those chips, and I kind of I don't know. Even though Magic had a star-studded team this whole time too, but I don't know.
That's another debate right there.
That's another day. Yeah. Okay. Nah, but shout out to Chef Curry.
Yeah.
Chef. Yeah, man. This is interesting. We're gonna have more coming up. And probably see who's the best shooting guards. Just go down the list, because nowadays, like, the positions are crazy. Like you said, you got Jokic, you got, you know, even these centers are starting to do crazy things. So
I was about to say, center has probably got to be the toughest debate. Like there's probably a good 3, 4, 5 that you can put at the 1 for the center. So
right. Actually, I do want to have like just one more like conversation on point guards, like a top 5. But it don't gotta be like we're gonna have to like talk about that probably when the season starts. We'll see when Steph Curry start cooking. Then we'll talk about that. You know what I mean? But yeah, these positions is crazy. Get my guy Cat talking about he changed the game. So
he bugging.
Yeah, we gotta talk about it.
That dude had to go join the Dominican Republic team, and I just see him launching threes from. I'm like, bro, go down low. What are you doing?
Dude's wild, bro. Dude's wild.
Different game.
And he's not even small. Like you would think somebody who was like small, like he has a size to him, but he's just the size to do step back threes. Same thing with Joel though. Sometimes Joel do that too. So, like I said, that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah.
Facts.
Do it, man.
Let us know in the comments who y'all think the greatest point guard of all time is. You already know who I'm rocking with.
Remember to like, share, and subscribe, baby.
Let's do it.
Peace.